Well, guys, I think it's time.
It's time, man. It's time for Marine King to battle this nerd.
See how this nerd
mittens
does.
on.
He seems like a nice nerd. I chatted with him in the lobby before the game just a little bit. He seemed pretty polite.
Is he a nice guy?
He's a nice guy.
We'll see if he's a nice guy. Guys, look at these mittens. Those
Oh,
are actually
man.
pretty cute mittens, by the way.
They are
the
quite
mittens
cute.
that go around his neck. All right.
Just in case he drops them, you know.
Well, you know, one advantage the mittens will give is you need to have warm hands when you play StarCraft.
That's very
actually true. We see the players with the hot packs.
That's a very good point. You know, he may get somewhat of an advantage. It's going to be
He
difficult.
looks like he's cooking right now. Those look like oven mittens.
I wonder what strategy he's going to cook up for us today, Tasteless.
We're gonna see, Wolf. I see what you did there, Wolf.
You know, I guess the reason why they have that necklace is so that because mittens are difficult to use, you know, if you wanted to text someone or something, you could take it off and you wouldn't have to put it in your pocket. It just hangs there, then you put it back on.
Actually, that makes sense. To be honest, guys, like this is so hard.
Yeah.
To like play StarCraft with mittens on. Like, if you're not a StarCraft player, using the keyboard, having the ability to use all 5 fingers is like, it's so important. I don't know how on earth he's going to play like this, guys.
Well, here is our hero, the King of Marines. In the red, the top of Metalopolis, he is...
MarineKingPrime.
And his opponent, well, look at that. We'll talk about those bits in a second. Oh man, his fingers, they look so baffled. All right, down here at the bottom, maybe a distant relative of Charlie Chapman, he is... Rex Chapman.
This is Rex Chapman's wet dream right now. He's just watching on his second monitor, stream sniping right now. Marine King with mittens on.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty tough game for Marine King to win. Obviously, as the more units he makes, the more difficult the game will become. So I expect him to try to end the game early.
Oh man, I don't know. I wonder actually what strategy you would go for that would be most efficient if you're playing with mittens on.
Well, I would say, first I was thinking maybe he'll 2-Rax, but the thing is, to 2-Rax, it requires a lot of micros.
Well,
so.
let's face the truth of the matter is that there's no way to tell if his opponent is actually watching this game right now. I mean, he could actually be watching everything Marine King does.
Yeah, I bet 100% that he's watching.
Of course.
He should be, anyways. I mean, you might as well at least be listening to the audio.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point. At least the audio.
And so this drone does come in here and scout, despite the fact that we have this drone. But if he only has the audio, we never said that he took gas. He knows now.
Yeah, he knows now.
And Marine King may actually...
What we need to do is put out false information to help him right now. Be like, I can't believe Marine King's proxying right now. This guy's like checking all over the map.
I'm like, I guess he's going to do a reactor heli build. The factory's being built right now in the middle of the map. Spawning pool halfway done, of course, the hatchery on the way. And, you know, the thing about mittens is it's very important to 1A, 2A, 3A, for example, but you cannot do that with mittens, man.
No, you cannot.
You actually just 1, 2, 3 at the same time.
Yeah.
And who knows what units you're going to get.
You have no idea what. Imagine if he was Protoss, like if he accidentally hit the Guardian Shield button instead of hold position, for instance. I mean, there's so much stuff that can go wrong.
Oh, absolutely.
John, have you been playing a lot of StarCraft lately?
Actually, I played yesterday.
What league are you in now?
I'm in gold.
John's in gold. I remember the first time you came to me and told me you got in gold. A long time ago. You remember that?
That's the time I beat you at Yongsan.
Yeah, man. I remember that, man. What was our game that you beat me in? I'm trying to remember.
You're playing Zerg. I was playing.
Yeah, that's right. I'm playing.
And I used Tasteless.
My Zerg is so bad. I just don't know when to stop making drones. You just I think you did a 1-1-1 to me, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, 1-1-1 is so good.
And you did the borrowed roaches.
No, actually, guys, here's what actually happened in the game, okay? John killed my expansion, and I had nothing in my base, just drones. And then John proceeded to make 3 bunkers at the bottom of my ramp, and I'm like, well, I guess this game just won't end, guys. Like, I guess there's still a fighting chance for me.
Something I wanted to note about this game actually is there seems to be a little bit of lag, and of course there's going to be lag because he's playing from Korea, so Marine King is going to have to deal with that lag. So he has to micro with lag with mittens?
Yeah, you know, the lag itself is actually another handicap.
Very true.
It absolutely is.
And something to note also is if he goes for his normal Marine King style and wants to split his Marines against Banelings, that may just be impossible.
That may just not happen, guys. So he's gonna go. What is this? Is it Blue Flame Hellions? Yeah, that's
Blue Flame is being researched now.
Okay, that's not a bad idea, actually.
Can control the map with those, and it doesn't take a lot of keyboard micro to micro your Hellions. The mouse is much easier to use, I think, with the mitten. Of course, it's still difficult, but it's much easier with the mitten than the keyboard.
Right. No, the keyboard hand is definitely the hard hand.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it seems like our Zerg player is not too bad. You know, he's doing everything pretty normal. Here he's getting Evolution Chamber to help block his ramp. He's got a Spine on the way, and looks to be trying to take the towers. He's doing everything okay so far.
I wonder, actually, if we can ask, because see, they're talking to each other right now. Hey, are you watching the stream? I want to see if he's going to respond. Let's see.
That's actually a smart idea by you, Tasteless. I hadn't thought of that.
We can actually communicate with the snare, man. We can talk to the snare if we want to. We can reach out to the snare. Well, no, I guess he's not. Either that or he's like...
He's not a cheater, man, I guess.
I guess not. Well, you know what? I mean... He's a Masters player. Maybe he actually genuinely wants to beat Marine King.
And maybe this is his dream. Maybe he actually privately messaged Marine King off camera and said, can you take the mittens off, please, if no one's looking? I want to play you in a straight-up macro game. It's like his real dream.
Maybe he's at home right now, guys, with mittens on, too.
Oh, my God.
That could be the case, guys. There's no way for us to know.
Maybe he doesn't have heating in his house. He might just be he might have to wear those, man.
He might just be really cold.
Well, Marine King does have his natural now. He's going to push forward with these Hellions. Now, I think we're going to see some difficult micro. He's taking a lot of spine shots.
A left, right in front of the spine crawler.
You could say he microed that one.
Oh, wolf.
Why do you keep calling him?
Him?
Yeah.
Because he's a guy.
How would you know?
Oh my God.
You could.
I think you're talking about Marine King. I was like, John, Marine King is a guy. I don't know why you're questioning his gender right now. We're trying to have a good time.
That's a good point, John.
It could be a little old granny, or it could be a dog.
It could be a dog. That would be one smart dog.
Our screen's far away from us. Who's saying this? Is the red player? I guess that is Marine King.
Yeah, it's Marine King.
How is he typing with the mittens on?
Yeah, how is he doing that?
How is he typing with mittens on? He's like, so hard for me. I'm like, no, dude, you're typing right now. Like,
do you ever go to the website homestarrunner.com?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Typing with the boxing gloves?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that's actually genius. I remember trying to explain to one of my friends, I'm like, no, it's so funny because he's typing with boxing gloves. He's like, yeah, but that's impossible. I'm like, no, that's why it's funny is he types so fast.
Yeah, maybe Marine King took lessons from Strong Bad.
maybe that's Strong Bad playing in there right now. Their best skit is the one where it's like they make fun of anime.
Yeah.
So I want to be the guy.
20XT6, man, that's the best show. Well, it looks like this these Hellions could do some damage. Damon's taking a lot of hits there, and Hellions actually may be able to take out a Queen. Does take one out, maybe the second one as well. Pulls away from the Banelings, and he's somehow microing.
He's actually microing really well. To be totally honest, guys, it does not look like he has mittens on. On this picture at the bottom right side of our screen. It actually, if you're watching him play and somebody say he has mittens on, I'd say no. Okay, so this this game might actually end right now.
It might. He's killed all the Banelings, it looks like, and there's a few more.
I wonder what okay, the Samuta's out now.
And he may try to run into the main to kill drones. The Queen blocks,
that's the fattest Queen I've ever seen. I can't believe that blocks. Okay, so he's now taking out some drones. The Mutas managed to wipe out the Hellions, and from there, it looks like the game will go on.
The game will go on. Marine King has prepared a follow-up, and it looks like he's going to attack here with just a small force.
Looks like he's almost going for sort of like a brute force.
Yeah.
Style, he's just going to keep pushing after push after push.
Exactly. That's usually his style, and he knows the Mutas now are going to have to go home when this push occurs, so he doesn't have to worry about the harassment. He can't have the Mutas in Marine King's base because then he just won't have enough units to defend. He needs the Mutas to deal with this, and looks like some medevacs may get caught.
Oh, he's going for the throwaway 2 medevac strategy. This is a rare technique. All right, now the Marines are coming in. I didn't see the Marines before I said that. All right, so the Marines are coming in here now. Stimming. I don't believe the Zerg can actually stop this.
I do not think so. He's pulling the drones.
So.
This may be the end for Rex Chapman. His first off-the-record performance.
Oh man. You know, to be totally honest,
No Marine splitting.
no Marine, it's not going to happen with mittens on. And damn, at this point in time, I got to say, I don't feel like the Zerg actually has enough. Am I incorrect, guys?
No,
I think this
you're
game's
correct.
actually
the drones
gonna end.
the drones are dying. The game looks like it may end, and I don't blame Rex Chapman for trying to stick it out here, but no amount of micros.
You see Marine King graining right now? Look at that smile.
Well, so far, Taste is actually all of our players, even with handicaps, have been able to win their games.
You know, eventually we're going to have a player on this show that will lose every game because he just gets bad handicaps. Remember, like, you lost. He's like, I had mittens on, man. I don't know what to say. Well, it looks like, yeah, I mean, he's going to lose the expansion hatchery. There's a second hatchery down there that he will lose as well.
He's desperately trying to make banelings here. He knows his opponent can't split his Marines very well, but the damage has been done here.
Oh, dude. Oh, I thought he was trying to taunt him for a second. And he typed in KKK. That is like ha 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 in English.
Yeah.
Just so you guys don't think he's actually talking about the Ku Klux Klan. He's not. That's not what's going on in this game.
That was good.
No, you wonder why? Because the first time I came to Korea, I met this Korean girl who I really liked. And I said, what are you doing? And she said, nothing, KKK. And I was like, what? I was like, what? I'm like, this is like really racist, man. I don't know what to say. All right, it looks like the game is over, and GG as Marine King is.
They're so much funnier than our choices.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I eat so much more meat than him, too. It's the meat, man.
Well, Marine King takes it
Oh,
off,
look
gives
at
the
that.
thumbs up.
Look at that.
I would give him a thumbs up with that performance.
Marine
Time
King is a
Magazine
happy
gives
guy.
Marine King 2 thumbs up for his performance against Rex Chapman. He's going to come out of the booth here and rejoin us.
All right, we have him back. He did it. Well done, Marine King. Congratulations.
Well played.
I honestly feel like that is probably the harder of our challenges, the mittens one. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm impressed. You played very well.
You were able to type with mittens on.
Yeah, how are you typing with mittens?
To do that?
You shouldn't have typed. It would have looked harder. Is it hard to type with mittens on? I need to know.
No.
It's like, no, man. It's like
예,
really
타자.
좀 저 키보드가 조금만 눌러도 잘 되는 키보드여서 다행히 잘 됐던 것 같아요.
Luckily, that keyboard is really sensitive to the touch, so he was able to type quite well.
Okay. What keyboard are we using actually? Do we know?
Yeah, is it a QSEN? Or what type of keyboard is it?
삼성
It was a Samsung keyboard.
Samsung keyboard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we know. So what was it harder in the early part of the game or the late game to kind of adapt to that situation?
되게 적응하기 경기 초반이 더 어렸나 아니면 후반이 어려웠나?
처음에 딱 시작하고 이거 끼고 이제 딱 시작하니까 이거 못 이기겠다라는 생각을 했어요. 그리고 상대분이 마스터 저그여가지고 못 이길 것 같았는데 이게 화염차로 이렇게 잘 이득 보고 해병으로 딱 가니까 끝나서 진짜 다행이었던 것 같아요.
So the moment I started the game with the mittens on, I thought I cannot win this. It was so weird with the gloves on. But as the game went on, I gained a lot of advantage just with the Hellions, and with the follow-up of Marine and tanks, I was relieved that I could win with that.
Did you pick a specific strategy because you had mittens, or did you just play a normal game?
그냥 평소 하던 대로 한 건가요? 아니면 장갑 때문에 특별히 이 전략을 취하신 건가요?
일단 그 섬세한 이제 해변 컨트롤은 못할 것 같아서 화염차로 이렇게 안전하게 시작하려고 했는데 원래 보통 반응로 달고 화염차를 쓰는데 제가 C를 눌렀는데 X가 눌러가지고 기술실이 달려서 그냥 뭐 어쩔 수 없이 막 지옥불을 해서 그렇게 했는데 오히려 더 잘 됐던 것 같아요.
So the thing is, since I cannot micromanage the Marines as well as without the gloves on, mittens on, so I decided to do the Hellions. And,
okay,
and normally when you do Hellions, you do reactor Hellions. So I pressed C, but instead of C, I pressed X and made a tech left. And so since I already made the cat clap, I went for blue flame.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, he's going to go for siege tanks?
I was like,
and I'm like,
gonna be a fast
no,
siege
he's
tank
going to go for blue flame. Okay.
But in the end, it turned out quite well. So.
Yeah. What did you think about the skill level of your opponent? Obviously, you're grandmasters in Korea, and he's masters in the United States, which is probably the equivalent to like diamond or platinum in Korea. Was he any good?
상대방 실력에 대해서 어떻게 평가하시나요?
한국의 마스터랑 비슷한 것 같아요.
I would say it's about equivalent of Korean masters.
That's pretty bold to say.
Yeah. Damn. Wow.
Well, we're going to take some questions from some of the fans, actually, and I have some selected here. From Echo5, he says, Dear Marine King, I noticed you are no longer using your DT35, which, of course, you're very well known for with your checkerboard on it. What gear are you using at the moment?
네.
지금 사용하시는 장비가 어떻게 되시나요?
이제 그 DT35를 쓰다가 레이저 키보드를 썼다가 다시 DT35를 쓰고 있어요.
So I used to use DT35 and then I changed to Razer keyboards and then now I'm back to DT35. And by the way, nice ID, Echo 5
Yeah, it's a pretty badass ID.
from Empire Strikes Back, I believe.
Yeah. It's a sick nerd reference.
Another question from Frog Socks. He asks a lot of good questions. He tweets me a lot. Last week,
Good ID too.
yeah, it is.
Frog Socks,
There's a
is
lot
that
of
a bad
Frog
idea?
Socks in Korea, man.
Yeah,
But,
there are actually. Yeah, you're correct. Sorry, go on, please.
Last week, Dongri-gu revealed that he liked Spain and Spanish women. If Marine King could choose another country to live in, which one would it be? And I guess to add on to that, is it because of the women, or do you just have another country you'd like to live in?
그래서 저번 주에 박서 선수가 본인은 스페인 여자들이 좋다 이렇게 말했는데 이정훈 선수가 다른 나라를 고를 수 있다면 어느 나라를 방문하고 싶으신가요? 그리고 그 이유가 여자 때문인가요? 아니면 다른 이유인가요?
저는 일단 그 러시아 여성분들이 굉장히 미인한 그렇게 듣기는 많이 들었어요. 예, 그래서 한번 꼭 가보고 싶어요.
So from what I hear that Russian women are quite pretty. So
That's
I'd like
correct.
to visit there sometime.
That's correct.
Yeah, that is correct.
That is correct. that is factually correct.
Factually correct?
That's factually correct. Yes.
Well, someone asked the question. I just lost his ID. Give me just 1 second. He had a really good question. It's from Snicks Snipe. How do you feel about the current situation of Terran versus Protoss in the late game? Obviously, you played in Codes just yesterday, and you had to deal with some Protoss play. How do you feel about the current situation of Terran versus Protoss in the late game?
현재 이제 테란 대 프로토스에서 장기전에서 후반 경기에 대해서 어떻게 생각하시나요?
제가 볼 때는 이제 테란이 프로토스에 비해서 초중반에 좀 이득을 보고 후반까지 갈 수 있는 그런 점에서 좀 더 좋은 것 같은데 대신에 후반으로 갔을 때는 이제 프로토스가 큰 실수가 없는 한 거의 이제 승리를 가져가는 것 같아요.
So from way I see, it's easier for Terrans to take advantage during the early or mid game. But if you go to late game, it's really difficult to win against Protoss unless he makes some crucial mistake.
Do you feel like sometimes it really in the late game, for example, yesterday on your map Dual Sight, Game 3 against Genius, do you feel like it was very difficult to find the place to engage, the place to fight? You were worried about how to fight his army. Is that your biggest concern in that late game with maxed out armies against maxed out armies? Or if not, what is your biggest concern?
그래서 어제 경기 듀얼 사이트의 경기 같은 경우 가장 큰 걱정이 언제 어디서 어떻게 싸울 것인가 그건가요? 아니면 프로토스 상대할 때 또 다른 고민거리가 더 큰가요?
일단 프로토스 그러니까 싸우는 타이밍은 프로토스의 업그레이드와 이제 테란의 업그레이드가 어느 정도 차이가 나느냐인데 비슷할 때 싸워주면 되는데 보통 이제 프로토스의 그 시간 증폭 때문에 항상 프로토스가 업그레이드가 앞서 있어요. 그래서 굉장히 그런 이제 지니어스의 어제 듀얼 사이트의 운영 같은 경우는 굉장히 까다로운 것 같아요.
So the way you decide when to engage is to compare your upgrade and Protoss's upgrade. But normally Protoss gets higher upgrades because of the chrono boost. So it's So that is the difficult thing. And like yesterday, was really hard to determine how to engage at what point.
Okay, that really makes sense. I have a question from Flying Spaghetti. Marine King, do you think mech could be viable in Terran versus Protoss?
태프전에서 메카닉이 통한다고 생각하시나요?
제가 볼 때 바이오닉으로 보통 이제 뭐 99%는 바이오닉을 사용하니까 요즘에 다 토스가 이제 바이오닉으로 생각하고 있다가 메카닉을 당하게 되면 그때는 좀 괜찮은 것 같아요. 그리고 후반으로 갔을 때는 무조건 이제 유령과 바이킹이 핵심 유닛인 것 같아요. 공성전차가 좀 로보틱스 유닛한테 많이 약해서 유령과 바이킹이 받쳐줘야 될 것 같아요.
So since 99% of the Terrans use bionic against bio against Protoss, if you play mechanic, you could somewhat surprise your opponent. But if you go to late game, I would say Vikings and Ghosts are the most crucial of Terran units.
Just to ask, kind of like a piggyback question on this, do you feel like part of the reason why there's not really been very many mech strategies developed for Terran versus Protoss is because no one is really trying to do it? And because no one is doing it right now, no one can really practice with each other. For example, since there's so few people doing this strategy, it's hard to bounce ideas off of each other, and everyone's just, since it's so difficult in such a new realm, do you think that it's because kind of no one's really tried to push this style forward yet, and no one's kind of been able to jump on it and get their heads together around the idea? Or is it more just that you think that it's been decided this is how the game should be played and it shouldn't even be explored?
이제 또 생각해 볼 수 있는 게 태프전에서 메카닉을 잘 안 사용하는 이유 중에 하나가 그걸 하는 사람들이 없기 때문에 같이 이렇게 아이디어를 공유하고 그쪽을 좀 연구할 기회가 없어서인가, 아니면은 그냥 태프전은 메카닉 그냥 하면 안 된다, 이게 딱 정해져서 그런 것인지.
제가 볼 때 이제 하는 사람이 없다 보니까 그 메카닉에 이제 궁극에 달하는 그런 스킬을 아직 테란들이 못 발견한 것 같긴 한데, 이렇게 메카닉을 사용하기에 굉장히 어려워요. 토스전에 이렇게 초중반을 넘기기도 힘들고 후반으로 가서도 바이오닉보다 이렇게 나은 점이 뚜렷하지 않기 때문에 그래서 많이 사용하지 않는 것 같은데, 그래도 지금 테란이 후반으로 갔을 때 바이오닉으로 토스를 이기기 굉장히 힘드니까 메카닉도 연구해볼 가치가 있는 것 같아요.
So I somewhat agree that one of the reasons that nobody uses mech against Protoss is because it's a new realm, nobody uses it, so it's hard to do any research on it. And another reason is because it's hard to survive against Protoss if you go mech in early or mid game, and even in late game, since robotics units are so much stronger against Terran mech units, it's really hard to do much damage compared to bio. But since nowadays Terran are having hard time despite they're doing bio, so I think it's worth investigating how mech would go.
Okay,
That's a great answer.
well, I think it's time to pick a new nerd taste.
Pick a nerd, man. Which nerd's gonna go to the arena?
All right, let's find out.
I want to
Look through
let's
these.
see who. Let's get a good ID. Who's got a good ID? What about?
Oh, I like this one.
Wait. Where is it?
This one? You don't like that one?
No, I
You know,
don't
I
actually.
think
We
you
should do it. No, we should do that.
Okay,
one.
all right.
It's a weird ID.
It is.
That's a weird ID.
It's a
man.
weird ID. It is online Jaguar. And let's look
Online
at this profile.
Jaguar. If it wasn't clear that he was online already, he put it in his ID. Okay, great. Let's do it.
He is a Diamond Protoss, and his ID is online Jaguar.
Online Jaguar. So we got a Diamond Protoss. So, Marine King, I think you should, if you beat a Masters, you should be able to beat a Diamond, but it depends on this handicap.
It
I don't
does
know.
depend
Yeah.
on the handicap. Let's see what he's going to draw here. He wants the blue one.
You picked light blue. Is that the right color?
Play with only mouse.
That one's even harder.
Oh, no.
Marine King, you might be in trouble, man.
Well, I think
Only mouse, no keyboard.
I think this may be this guy's chance to say he's beaten Marine King. Marine
All
King
right,
looking
Jaguar.
a little bit distraught here.
Here's
Wow.
the thing is, we're all having fun here, but right now, Jaguar's at home and he's now's my moment. I gotta do this. I gotta beat Marine King.
It's his moment of fame. So we're gonna take a quick break while we get things set up, while we remove the keyboard from the room. I'm gonna actually make sure that it's not in there at all so we can't cheat. So don't go anywhere, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Good luck, Marine King.